We have three basic fundamental objectives. What are they? We will learn today about the processes by which we make choices and what are the constraints that shape these processes of our choices. The second objective will be the personal and environmental preconditions for exercising choice and how do these conditions affect our choice. And the third objective will be the factors that influence good decision making. Right? So these are the three objectives. We will get it clarified as we go on. Now I'll present before you the significance of this decision making, just making 4 questions, just presenting before you 4 questions. What are they? Very basic questions, very simple. What we have asked these questions very often in our lives. At what moments of your life is your decision making skill needed? Important moments or trivial moments? I'm sure you know the answer. At all times. Who are the people who make these decisions? Are they leaders, managers, parents, teachers, or is it everybody? The third question is, what is a good decision and what is a bad decision? Fourth question, does your decision making have an effect on your future or is it meaningless? Ultimately, you can just say in one sentence, decision making is the difference between greatness and ordinariness. I hope we make this point clear during the session for Paul and myself. Now, if you look at the next slide, you just look, we have put there antecedents of decision making. What are the antecedents? And I will just go with the hierarchy of cognitive skills. I think your team, the team of decision making skills seminar project, have made very well the 5 cognitive skills. And what are they? You did on the first day the thinking skills. And the thinking skills, as you have learned, are the basic and fundamental skills that all of us need. Whether you're a child, adult, or old person, working, resting, whatever. Secondly, reasoning skills. What are the reasoning skills? You reflect, you evaluate, you judge, you decide. For all that, you use your reasoning skills. The third is memory skills. You memorize, you remember. You keep in mind whatever you have done before. It could be positive, it could be negative, it could be important, it could be significant, but not so significant, but the memory is involved in all of that. And the fourth skill is decision-making skills, which is what we are doing today. And if you would see, it's exactly almost at the center of this cognitive skills program. We are using the will and we're using our volition to make decisions, which is a very important thing. It's not just intellect alone. It's not just your heart alone. It's also your will, your volition, your conscience, your soul, all that is involved in decision-making skills. And finally, tomorrow, you will be having problem-solving skills. There was somebody who told me that problem-solving skills are essential before you make decision-making skills. If you look at it correctly, if you look at it again, unless you know how to make decisions, how do you solve your problems? And I think they have done very well to give this hierarchy, not the hierarchy, but it's the order. And then, and problem-solving skills are mostly applicative. You apply them, isn't it? But you know, one important truth is, many times, many moments of our life, we use all the skills simultaneously or contemporaneously. Not that we use one day thinking skills, another day reasoning skills. Sometimes we use all 5 of them together. Okay, these are the antecedents with which we are starting. So, with this introduction, we will go on to understand what is the process. What is the process of making decisions? I will ask Father Paul to take over the next one. I forgot to tell you at the beginning, we have divided the session into 3 different areas. The first one is a theory, which should be about 20 to 22 minutes. We will give you the basic ideas, the theory part of it. Next 55 minutes to 1 hour will be all practicals, with all applying all the decision making in different activities, which we'll do from your own place and from our place. And finally, we'll have about 10 minutes for you to ask questions and clarify and such things. Okay. Now I will ask Father Paul to take over and continue with the information processing approach.
Thank you, Father. Good afternoon, faculty members, the staff, and all the participants. I'm Father Paul Raj presenting. The slide that you see there is information processing approach. When we make a decision, what happens within us? How do we process the informations within us forms a most vital part of the decision making. If there is a problem that is presented to us, if we have to make a decision, in between the problem and the decision, we process all the information, the resources that are there in order to make the decision. And that's what we are going to see. What are the elements or the factors or the fundamentals that involve in this process of decision making? You have in front of your slide the 5 fundamentals. I will just read all the 5 of them and then I will explain. Environment, in bracket, attributes and choice. The second point is cognitive capacity and logical thinking. And the third point is emotions and intuition. And the fourth point is individual's personality. And fifth point is interpersonal influence and interaction. Now, all these 5 are very important because we are also going to base some of the activities which are going to come later on these 5 important fundamentals. And therefore, I would request the participants to remember these 5 fundamentals so that you can make use of them later on when we do the activity. Now, to explain each of these 5, I would like to give you an example. Now, we are all in lockdown period, and I'm very sure we are all caught up within the 4 walls of our family. And how long can we see each other's face? Is it boring, isn't it? Yes, it is. And therefore, once the lockdown is over, probably you think of taking a holiday. You think of going somewhere, a holiday destination, either by yourself or with your friend or with your family. That depends on you. Now, that's a decision making. Where you want to go, that's a decision making. So I'm going to give 2 choices, and we are going to fit these choices with the fundamentals that we have seen here. The first choice is Coorg. The second choice is Pondicherry. Coorg or Pondicherry. Both are nice places, isn't it? Now we will see how these fundamentals are applied in making the decision. First of all, environment or the attributes and the choice. There are 2 choices available, Coorg and Pondi. If there is no choice, there is no decision making. We have to go to one place only. And if there are more choices available, better decision making, but slower will be the decision making. But choice is very important. Attributes. A number of attributes can be given to these places. First of all, we think of the weather. Would you like the cold place or warm place? Cold place means Coorg. Warm place means Pondicherry. What about the culture? Is it a tourist culture or a culture that's not spoiled, which means Coorg? If it's a tourist culture, then probably it is Pondicherry. Journey time. You say, 1 day of journey is sufficient. Then it is Coorg. You say 1 day is too much. I'll take only 3 hours. Then it should be Pondicherry. Location. You prefer the mountainous area. You know where to go. You say, oh, mountains I don't like. I'll prefer the seaside. Then it has to be Pondicherry. Then you think of the cost. Why to spend so much money? I will spend a little and enjoy more. I have to be economical. Then it has to be Pondicherry. And if you want to spend more, a little more, probably you may choose Coorg. And about the food, you say, I like best the Tamil Nadu style of cooking. Then it has to be Pondicherry. Or if you say, I'm okay with any type, and even the Karnataka type of food is also fine for me. Kannada type of food is fine for me. Then probably you would choose Coorg. So we see a number of attributes come into play when we have to make a decision. The second thing is cognitive capacity and logical thinking. This forms a very basis of decision making. If you're not able to think through a problem, if you can't weigh the pros and cons of decision making, or if you can't weigh what you lose or what you gain by making a choice, or what are the possibilities and benefits of making a choice, then you will not make a good choice. And therefore, cognitive capacity or thinking capacity and the logical thinking forms a very basic element of information processing approach and decision making. And the third point is emotions and intuition. I'll give you 30 seconds to think. How does emotions or intuition affect? You want to go either to Pondicherry or you want to go to Coorg. Either of these two places, we don't have any other choice. How does emotions come into play in order to choose this place? Can anyone just put on an answer? Any one person? Let's see. Or if you get a bright idea, how emotions or intuition comes into play. Okay, do we have an answer from someone?
Alex,
Yes.
Yes.
depends
Yes.
on if there is any old memories regarding that place.
Very good. Wonderful, sir. What's your name?
My name is Kannan.
Kannan. Wonderful, sir. Kannan. So Kannan said, if I have old memories of the place, probably I'll have my emotions attached to it. Probably you grew up in Coorg, or your parents are in Coorg, or your closest relatives are in Pondicherry. So you have an emotional attachment to the place, and
Paul,
therefore,
Paul,
yes, yes,
one person called Gayatri
yes.
KP has said earlier happy experience.
Yeah, earlier happy experience also. Yes, that also
On,
leaves emotional attachment to the place. Or you had your childhood there, or you have your relations over there, or you already went there sometime and you enjoyed with your friends, whatever may be there. Some part of your emotion is connected to the place. So therefore, emotions also influence the quality of decision. You will not see the quantity of decision there, how much money I have to spend in order to reach the place, how long it will take. Rather, emotions will affect the quality of decision. You will not worry about the money, rather you will spend even more money in order to go to the place. That's why we see people spend lavishly for the weddings of their daughter and their son. For a third person, why should they spend 50 lakhs and 60 lakhs on a wedding? It is meaningless. No, it sounds absurd for the third person. But for the parent or for the closest relative of the bride or the groom, it is an emotional event, and therefore they don't care about the money. The decision making is made from their emotions or intuition. And the fourth point is individual's personality. Your own personality also will influence your decision making. Now, I'll give just one example. Probably, if you are a person who would like to talk with others, you are an extrovert, you want to enjoy yourself, probably your natural inclination will be Pondicherry, because there will be more people to talk about. But if you're an introvert, or if you're a meditative type, you love being solitary with yourself and so on, probably you love the mountains. So your own personality also will influence your choice. And finally, interpersonal influence and interaction. We also ask others, don't we? What about Coorg? Is it the right time to go to Coorg? What about Pondicherry? How is the situation there? Probably one person will say, don't go to Coorg now. It's all raining in the Western Ghats, and therefore you will be caught up and you will not be able to enjoy the scenery at all. We listen to others as well. The interpersonal influence, the contact we have with others, the interaction that we do with others also affect our choices. Thus, we see before making a decision, a number of factors come into play in order to make a decision. Over to Father Jairaj.
okay, now we come to the third part of our theory itself, almost coming to the end of the theory part. The research findings. What does the research tell us about decision making? And very simple, where Father has been beautifully talking about two places, Pondicherry and Coorg, a decision to be made. When you have only few things, one or two alternatives to choose from, your decision is quite different from than if you have 4 or 5 alternatives. Say, for example, you have only 2 parties to vote for. It's very easy. But if you have 10 or 15 parties, out of which you have to choose one, that's going to be very difficult, isn't it? Your whole process is going to change. So the people process information quite differently if faced with many alternatives or just 2 or 3 alternatives. That's the first research finding that has been. Even take your own personal example. I will like any of you would like to talk about your own personal example where you had 2 choices or many choices from where it was difficult to make a choice. Any of you?
Participants, you can unmute and you can share your experience to Father, any one of you.
You know, if there are only 2 choices, it would be easier to make, but there are 4 of. Yes, somebody is somebody is making a contribution?
In our childhood, our parents used to ask whether on Pongal day whether you want to go to a movie or you want to go to this Manjuvarattu. Manjuvarattu means, I think you understand.
Yeah. Yes.
So in that both the choice they ask, but then we say we enjoy in going to that particular place to see the bullocks Manjuvarattu. So we say we will go to Manjuvarattu. Though both
Very
we like, but then finally one I have to lose that thing and go to another one. That difficulties to choose I had.
Very good. There is somebody, one person, Natalia Gonzalez, who was given choosing between studying undergraduate course in Coimbatore or Chennai. So 2 of them, you make a choice easily. If your parents were to say you can choose to go to Bombay, Delhi, Chennai, Coimbatore, Salem, then it takes different kinds of process to be made. So that's the first research finding. The second is people have a repertoire of decision strategies and sometimes plan in advance how to solve a problem. So it depends on, Father was talking about personality, emotion, the environment. So that's how the repertoire of decision strategies come into effect, depending on each person, depending on the personality and the environment. But the strategies that you make are very important. However, sometimes strategy selection is bottom up, with little or no constructive awareness of a strategy being selected. Sometimes you make an intuitive choice. Sometimes you make an emotional choice without having any logical understanding. You may not have any reasoning that you have or any causes that you have. Without that, you might be made to make a choice. That's the second research finding. The third is people adjust their processes during the course of solving a problem in an opportunistic fashion as they learn more about the structure of the decision. This is where our cognitive skills come into effect. You are thinking, you are rationalization, you are evaluating. So what you do as you go through, you make you are flexible, you change. Say for example, you are asked to join a student. They're asked to choose a college, either in Chennai. In Chennai, maybe 3 or 4 colleges. You find that as you are making a study about different colleges, you find one college asks you to pay 20,000 rupees a semester, another one 18,000, another one 16, another one 24. And even though you would have decided to join a college that was offering you 20,000 rupees as your semester fees, but when you realize that the same course is being offered for a lower semester fees, what would you do? You become opportunistic, isn't it? You would make choices, and that's how your mind also works. The next research finding, the fourth one, decision strategies with high cognitive effort are more likely to be used when decision accuracy is prioritized over saving cognitive effort. What is the decision? It's slightly difficult words that you find there. Decision strategies with a high cognitive effect, you need to use more of your cognition, more of your thinking skills. And there, when do you use them? When your decision has been very accurate. Then you use them, you prioritize and use them. When you don't have to make very big decisions, ordinary decisions, then you don't make all the cognitive skills into effect. You take very soon, take a decision very fast. You don't make a very long time to make a decision. Okay, and the next one is in laboratory-based simulations, people who shift strategies in response to the demands of the decision on or time constraint perform better. You know, when they made a laboratory-based simulation, you ask people to come together. There's a control group, there's an experimental group, and they ask people to choose strategies which will help them to make with the time constraint and the decision, both given. In 10 minutes time, make a decision whether you want to go to, say, for example, I'm just taking the example of, again, for the Paul himself, make a decision in 10 minutes whether you want to go to Pondicherry or you want to go to Cook. Now, how important is that to you? That decision is there. If there is only a holiday, okay, I can make it 10 minutes. Or your parents tell you, I want you to make a decision whether you want to join an engineering college or you want to join some other professional college. What do? You don't make a decision in 10 minutes, right? You take more time. You take more time to make a decision. So, and you also use more of your cognitive skills to make a decision. You study, you may do homework, you ask people, use your skills as much as possible. Okay, that's the same thing that, again, if you find the fifth one as well, sixth one as well, the time pressure is very similar to what I told you just now. That the decision must be made by a certain point in time has been shown to be one of the most important decision task variables. Okay, we'll go to the last research finding. So we will finish the theory part of it. Individual differences in values will define what constitutes an accurate or high quality decision. We already said that to you. Also, research findings tell us that your personality, your environment, your parental decision that the decision is made, your financial support that you might receive, all those individual differences will define what will be a high quality decision or not. Okay? Good. Go to the next one. Now, we have some strategies of these which are very, very important. Let's make this 4 of them. Some of the words are slightly different. You have not heard them. First one is very simple: optimizing. First decision strategy is optimizing. What is it? This is a strategy of choosing the best option among the identified alternatives. So you optimize your choice. Again, we go to because most of us are in the educational field. We'll take an example of education. You have many alternatives to choose from. Professional courses. We have humanities. In humanities, you have different choices. What do? You evaluate the problem, the time limit, availability of resources, cost of other alternatives, and the psychology of the decision maker. All that put together is called optimizing a decision strategy. Often, a better decision is made. When it is a new decision. It's like mistake there in the words. Look at limitations to alternatives. When there are limitations, what you do, you become more flexible. You also optimize the situation and make a different decision. The second one is satisficing. It is a combination of 2 words. It's not a very big, it's a word that is put together for the sake of understanding. Satisfaction and sufficient. What do? This strategy considers the first satisfactory alternative rather than the best. Many people, what they do, they are very happy with it. Am I satisfied with this one? Is it best or not best is not important to me. The word satisfying was derived from the 2 words, satisfy and sufficient. Mostly used in many small and quick decisions like where to park your car, what to wear, not the WHER, where WUAR, and what to eat. These are very minor decisions, very quick decisions where you are satisfied and you say, okay, it's sufficient. And the next one is very important, maxi-max. This is maximizing your maximums. The alternative with the maximum profit is chosen. Don't we all look at the maximizing a situation? You just don't make a choice just like that. Instead, you look at how can I maximize it? How can I get the maximum profit out of something? Refer to a decision of an optimist. Normally, optimistic people take such decisions as favorable outcome is expected, used when risk is most acceptable and failure can be tolerated. So that people use it only when failure is not a problem. I don't mind taking risks. I don't mind failures, but I want to maximize the profit that I'm going to gain. In business, is very much seen. This idea is very much seen. Next one is the last decision-making strategy that I'm going to mention here is maximin, also known as maximizing the minimum. They say this strategy is used by a pessimist, not an optimist, because it considers the worst possible outcome of all alternatives and the one with the highest minimum risk is chosen. So the highest minimum. So that means you are trying to reduce the problems. You are trying to reduce the issues. Instead, you are going to go for the best option when failure is expensive and can't be tolerated. You see the opposites, maximax and maximin. Maximax is positive, maximin is slightly a negative way of looking at it. Satisficing, optimizing. There are 4 decision-making strategies. Okay. Paul?
Yeah. We are going to see 2 more points. With that, we will wind up the theory part of it. The first one is bad decision making. Why do we make errors in decision making? And the next one is some of the techniques to make the right decision making. First of all, let me speak about why we make bad decisions. Now, when we say about bad decision making does not mean bad outcome from a decision making. Participants, please, you need to understand this very clearly. Outcome can be good or bad. That does not change the quality of the decision making. I'll give you an example. Suppose you have your dearest friend who is admitted in the hospital and is in a medical emergency. And he needs 2 lakh rupees urgently. He does not have money. You have 4 lakhs with you. And you can very well share 2 lakhs with him. And but the possibility of saving his life, the doctors say, is only 50-50 chance. So you have 2 lakhs you can give, but the possibility is only 50-50 lakhs. What will you do at this moment? He is your best friend. He is in medical emergency situation. Will you give 2 lakhs or not? Now that is the decision-making question. Okay. Now outcome is what is going to happen to him. Suppose he dies, okay, a negative outcome comes out. Suppose his life is saved, a positive outcome comes out. Outcome can be anything, but still the decision making can be good. Suppose you say, I will give my 2 lakh rupees in order to save his life, but you are not able to save his life and the person passes away. Still it is a good decision making because you have added value to the decision making. You have brought in your emotion, your logical thinking, and you have made a decision about it. Suppose if he is saved, it is a good outcome that has come out of decision making. And therefore, when we say bad decision making, it does not depend on the outcome of the decision making, but the process of decision making. How do you make the decision? So in that we make mistakes, then probably the outcome can be wrong. Okay. Why bad decision making happens? For example, I told you that the processing can be problematic. For example, I'm not able to see the attributes or the choices clearly, or I don't think logically, or I had too much of emotion in my decision making process, or I allowed my personality to take complete control in the decision making process, or I have allowed the interpersonal influence to have too much influence on my decision. No, I just accept whatever the others say. So these are some of the ways. So the points that you see there, the 6 points, not enough alternatives. You don't have many alternatives, many choices, and therefore you are forced to make a bad decision. Lack of information, you don't have sufficient information about the choices that you have to make. And the time factor, Jairaj was already talking about it, the time factor. We are pressurized to think, to make decision within a short period of time. We are not sure how good the decision making will be. Inaccurate forecast, which means wrong guesses that we make, or the erroneous view that we have of the possibility of the outcome, or the uncritical acceptance of subjective feelings and thoughts, my own emotions, my own feelings. I, without critically evaluating, I accept and make a decision about. And finally, uncritical acceptance of others' judgments, what others tell me and what are the suggestions the others give me about the decision making. I take it without critically evaluating it. So these are some of the factors which influence the bad decision making. And
Paul,
finally, yes.
Can we go to the first activity and you can include that in that?
Okay.
Is it okay? Is it okay?
Okay, fine. So we have crossed the time limit, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we'll go to the activity now. For the activities, it is important that the participants, participate more, actively. That is the whole idea of activity, and therefore, I would request you to have a paper and a pen along with you, or at least to type your answers in the message column. I'll not be able to view. For Jairaj will view and let me know. I am presenting it. Okay, so we will go to the first activity. I will not tell you on what theory or what principle that we have taught, that we have designed this activity, but we will do the activity, and when I explain it, I will see how the theory that we have learned works very well in the decision making that we have made. Okay, the first activity. Can you see the picture on the screen? Okay. Now we have a shipwreck situation. Shipwreck situation. Okay. Now your ship is wrecked. It is broken. It is sinking, and therefore you are going to jump into a lifeboat. Okay. You are going to jump into a lifeboat. But when you are going to jump into a lifeboat, you will see there are a number of things that are available in the ship that you can carry with you to the lifeboat. So I'm going to give you 12 things which are there in the ship, which you can choose all the 12, and you can take it to the ship or to the lifeboat. Okay. Now, you must order those 12 things. I have given in a jumbling order. You must order it in the most important to the least important. Okay. You get it? From the most important thing to the least important thing. So 12 things will be there. You need not even choose all the 12, but if you can choose, let us say, first 5 or 6 correctly, probably you are taking decision rightly according to the environment, according to the choices that you have, and you are logically thinking to choose the best options that are available. Okay, I give the screen to you now. There will be 12 items. I will read it, then you can start working on it. First, rope. Second, plastic sheet. Third item, water container. Fourth item, radio. Fifth item, fishing rod. Sixth item, shaving mirror. Seventh item, mosquito net. Eighth item, bottle of rum. Ninth item, can of petrol and matches. 10th item, emergency rations. 11th item, chocolate bars. 12th item, shark repellent. In case the shark comes and bites you, you have some cream or something so it will not bite you. Okay. So these are the 12 items I have displayed. Now choose which will be the most important. That should be your first choice. Then the second, then the third. At least the 6, 7 choices you should be able to make out of it. I'll give you 1 minute to
Shark,
choose.
shall I read? Shark repellent.
Shark repellent will be your first choice. Yes, okay, go ahead.
Plastic sheet.
Plastic sheet, okay. Rope, okay.
Bottle container.
Okay.
Uh, Petrol.
Okay, fine. I'll ask you first question itself. Why do you choose shark repellent?
Sometimes if anything, even plastic sheet or anything, if you covered, whatever it is, any blood contents, if you have any wounds previously, the
Okay.
shock should be easy to affect.
Okay.
Uh, at,
Good.
at that,
So you're prioritizing on life safety. Like first shark
yes,
will attack me, and therefore I have to save myself from shark attack. Okay. Okay.
and
Fine.
Paul.
Thank
then
you very much. Yes.
Yeah,
plastic
thank
Thank
sheet.
you
you.
very much. Okay. Fine. We will see the
Paul,
answers a little later. Anybody else, please?
Can
there
I
is
say?
yeah, please carry on.
Yes.
Sharing mirror.
Shaving mirror. Okay. Why do you choose shaving mirror, sir?
It is in case of any emergency, this mirror can be used to communicate to others from a long distance.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Good. What is your second choice?
Second choice is the radio,
Okay. Radio. Third choice?
because the third choice will be the chocolate, because we need
Chocolate.
energy.
Okay, to eat and to have energy. Very good. See, this person has chosen shaving mirror. Usually we think of shaving mirror only for shaving, for grooming ourselves. But he has made a logical thinking, used his cognitive faculty, and he says that I will use the shaving mirror for some other thing, to show signs, to deflect the sun rays onto some ships in order that they may spot me. Okay, that's the idea, isn't it, sir?
Yes, sir,
Okay,
exactly.
good.
Wonderful.
One more, please. One more person.
There is one. You yes, please. Please,
Yes,
you're
please.
saying.
Please go ahead.
Go ahead.
First one is rope, Father.
Rope. Okay. Why? I put that as the first choice and your choice as well. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
If case in pop in any emergency, it would be useful to rise up anybody else, no, Father. That thing.
Okay. Fine. What will be your second and third, fourth choices?
A water container, chocolate bars.
Okay. Water is very important. Chocolate bars.
Yes.
Yes, we need energy. Very good. That's good.
Even a fishing rope is also will be useful.
Okay. In case you need non-veg, you can directly take from the sea, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Father, do you see anybody typed messages there? You can
Yeah,
also share those.
I've seen. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Ilakya Duraisami.
Okay.
Can of petrol and matches. Is Ilakya there? Can you come on? Can you tell us if Ilakya is there? I'm not sure if they are there.
Okay, can
those
of petrol and matches is also a good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
If you want to create fire in case, Anybody else? Last person? Okay, if there is nobody else, we are going to see three aspects that you have learned in this. The first one is the environment, the attributes and the choices. We have number of choices, and from the number of choices, we are choosing the best things that will help us to save our lives. So we have a number of attributes and number of choices. Okay. Secondly, we have used our cognitive capacity and logical thinking. What is most needed for me to save my life, to keep myself alive? I have chosen that. Thank God nobody has chosen bottle of rum. That has not come first, because that is the last thing. Nobody has chosen mosquito net, I suppose, right? Because in the sea, I don't think there will be mosquitoes. And nobody has chosen, other things are important only. Shark repellent, okay, but not that important. Emergency rations, nobody has chosen. Food is important, okay. Now, one more point we talked about was how to get information from others, interpersonal influence and interaction. It is very important that we listen to others also, experts also. Now we are going to get the expert opinion. Who are the experts in this field? The life coast guards. The coast guards, okay. So we have given this to the coast guards, and they have put the order, which is the prime most important thing and which is the least important thing. So if we have a coast guard in the ship who is also with us, probably we will get his help. Now we are going to get his help, and we have the best list that is available in front of you. The first one is shaving mirror. One person said that one, right? So he got it correctly. It's a very powerful tool because you can use it to signal your location by reflecting the sun. Second is can of petrol and matches. Again, potentially vital for signaling, as petrol floats on water and can be lit by your matches. Okay, so you can create fire around you so that the passing ship can find out at night. Water container, this is a very important thing because you can go without food for very many days, but not without water. In the sea, you need water. You can't drink sea water. So water container becomes important. Emergency rations, valuable for basic food intake. Plastic sheet could be used for shelter or to collect rainwater. Chocolate bars, one person has said. Plastic sheet also, one person has said. Water container also came. A handy food supply. A fishing rod, potentially useful, but there is no guarantee that you'll be able to catch a fish. Okay, rest of the things are rope, shark repellent, bottle of rum, not for enjoying, but to use as antiseptic for treating injuries. A radio is one of the last choices. Mosquito net is the very last choice because probably you will not find any mosquitoes over there. Okay, so now we will see at least three elements, three fundamentals of information processing. A number of attributes and choices were there, and we have to pick from there what is most important for me. Secondly, I have to use my cognitive capacity and logical thinking according to the need that I have. And thirdly, I have also used the interpersonal influence and interaction at least to get the right list, because sometimes the expert opinion is important. People who are more experienced than us, people who have already prior knowledge of things will give us better guidance as to make the better choices. So these are the three fundamentals of decision making that we have seen through this activity. We go on to the next activity.
All right, I will take over now. Father Jairaj will take over. You see the slide there that Father Paul has placed. Activity based learning 2. Stones in the jar. Just with stones, but there are 5 different objects will be shown to you. Your task is to make them all fit into the glass jar. That jar, can you see that glass jar?
Wait, I'll stop sharing.
Yeah. Yes, please. You have to show me. Okay.
Participants, participants can pin the screen of Father, then you will be able to see. From your side, you can pin the screen. You will be able to see.
Dear participants, this is very important now because we are going into participatory style of our sessions. So all of them are now activities. Okay. So I hope you will enjoy them. They are activities, but they are going to be very important to learn. Okay. Now I have placed before you a jar. Can you see it? Can somebody say yes or no?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And in the screen, there are 5 things I said. If you have seen the screen, the slide: big stones, small stones, sand, water, and flowers. 5 of them are there. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. In what order will you put those articles, objects inside this? Inside this, I will show you each of them. Okay. I have, look here, big stones, right? Can you see the big stone that I'm showing you?
Yes, Father.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Then I have, Then there are some small stones. These are much smaller than what I showed you first.
1 minute, Father. Participants, pin the screen of Father Joseph Jairaj Swaminathan. Pin the screen of Father Joseph Jairaj Swaminathan. Yes, Father, continue.
Okay. So you see the small stone, the big stone I showed you first. Then there are small stones. And then you have, I have here in a cup sand, soil. Okay, it's a sand or soil, whatever you can say. Then I have a jug of water. I have a jug of water. I'm just showing, tilting slightly. Okay, there is water here. And finally, I also have flowers. Now, your decision making is very important now. I want all of these things to go into this jar. Okay? All of these to go in. Which one will you put first? Which
Yeah,
are the
shall I say,
things?
sir?
Yes, who is going to say? Can you tell us your name, please?
Yeah, I'm Kannan.
Kannan. Yes,
So,
yes, Mr.
first
Kannan.
floor,
Sand, water,
the
First sand.
small
floor.
Ah,
sand,
Shall I come?
first sand, then
big
No, first
stones, big
sand,
stone,
small
then big
stone.
stones, then
small stones,
small
water,
stones,
and flower.
water, uh, flowers. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Father, excuse
Yes.
me. Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
You place the big stones followed by small stones, then the soil followed by water, and the flowers. You can
Water.
keep
And
the
then
last. Yeah,
may I know
flowers. Will be-
may I know who this one is? Your name?
This is Sister Vidya.
Sorry. Sister Irudaya. Thank you, Sister Irudaya. Let me ask for two or three more people, and then I will come to the two of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Please tell us your name, and you can start.
Yeah, I'm Deepa.
Yes, Deepa. Yes.
Yeah, first big stone, next
Okay.
small, then sand, then water, then last.
Okay. Very good. Next. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Father, this is Lavanya, sir.
Okay. Okay.
First little sand, big stone, small stone, and
Okay.
little sand, water, and then the flower.
Okay. Very good. There is Dharani who said water first, small stones, sand, big stones, and flower. Okay. Dharani, why do you?
Lavanya. I'm
No,
Lavanya.
no, Lavanya. I'm looking at one chat here. Well, where one Dharani has written there: water, small stones, sand, big stones, and flower. Okay. But I see most of you have chosen. Yeah, somebody else is coming online, please. Who is
Yes,
this?
Father,
Give
it's
us your name.
me. In the name of Dharani, I'm Jayanti, Father.
Okay, okay. Tell me. So you have used water first, is it? Huh?
Yes, Father. Yes, Father.
All right. I see many of you have used big stones first. Some of them have put sand. Now, Sister Irudaya and few others have already said big stones first, small stones second, sand third, water fourth, and the last flower. I think that is the best answer. You know why? Can you explain, one of you, why you chose this way? Sister Irudaya, you yourself can choose.
Because the big stones could go in first.
Okay, I'm going to do what you're telling me. I'm going to do it now. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it inside. Huh?
Yeah.
All right. I have put in
And
two big
definitely
stones.
there's a gap in between the stones, so you can put the small stones.
I am putting the small stones as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now you can fill in the soil. Definitely the soils will get inside all the gap.
Very good. Well, can you see me doing it? Can all of you
Yes,
see
Father.
me?
Do it.
I am
Yes, I
just
can do it.
I'm
Yeah.
pouring the sand now inside.
Yes.
All the sand is going into
Now you can pour water. Yeah, you can pour water.
Now
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour water.
Uh,
The water will still get
will
into.
go in, yeah. Making the place.
All right. There is still space, enough space.
Yeah. And it will settle,
Yeah, it is settling down, right?
Yeah.
Have
Now
all of
then
you seen
you
this?
place, yeah.
Now I can place the
Plants.
flower. I can put the flowers right on top. There's still space.
Yeah.
Wonderful, Sister Irria.
Thank
Congratulations. Let's
Thank
give a hand. Let's give a hand to all the people who said correctly. Wonderful, great. So I'm removing this jar now. Okay, it has done its purpose. Okay. Father Paul, could you give me the next slide, please? I don't have to be seen.
Just a minute.
Okay, it's a very important decision making we have done there. We have used our cognitive skills. What have we done? Nice.
Yes. Is the slide visible?
Yes, Father.
Yeah, very good, very good. Now next one.
No, sir.
Next one, please. Yeah. Next slide, Paul. Yeah,
Pin
that's
the
it.
screen of Father. Yes, yes.
Yeah, now
Yes,
you see
Father.
here. Now you see here. First one's prioritizing. What do? You put big stones first. You make all the major decisions, important things first, not the small ones. Major decisions are made first. Then you make smaller and minor decisions. So big stones are the big decisions. Second, small stones are the smaller and minor decisions and causes. Then we have third one, we put the soil. Easier problems to solve can come later. Then those that adjustable factors, water, it can fit in anywhere. So those which you can adjust in any situation, what do? You put them at the fourth place. And finally, very light, very insignificant decisions can be the last one. So they are kept, they can fit anywhere. The flowers are just there. You find here just a very simple, very practical way of understanding what you should do. If you put, for example, water first, what happens if you put water first inside the jar? When you put the big stones, water will come out of the jar. You are not able to control the situation.
Father. It
Sorry?
float.
Yeah, it will float. Yeah, it will float. It will come out. It overflows, and you won't be able to control the situation anymore. You are not in control. If you put small stones first, there are lots of spaces down, and the big stones may not be able to fit in. Big problems may not fit in because you have taken too much of your time, you have taken too much of your energy solving small problems, and the big problems are lying without being solved. And if we put soil first, soil takes up so much of the bottom space, the foundation, and then you put stones, your space is less. You see, so this is how you use your cognitive skills, even also for small or big or important decisions. Okay, that's the end of this one. Paul, you can take over for the next one.
Yeah, okay, we go on to the next activity. Again, I would require you to read the case that I am presenting to you. And after the case, I will give you 6 options, 6 decision making. You have to choose only one out of them, okay? And after choosing, I will tell you how you have made the decision making in keeping with what we learned in the information processing approach. I will just recollect those points: environment, attributes and choices, cognitive capacity and logical thinking, emotions and intuition, personality, interpersonal influence, and interaction. Okay. Now you have a situation in front of you. Imagine that you are the CEO of a company with 100 staff under you. You have to decide about an important economic opportunity for the company, which will involve the staff of your company. The decision has to be made by tomorrow evening. You are aware that 50% of the staff are against you and they might oppose your decisions. 25% are your supporters and they will stand by you in your decisions. And you are unsure about the last 25%. Choose your decision mode, one only, from the following statements. I will put the statements quickly, the next slide. But before that, I would like to run through the situation once again. Imagine that you are the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of the company with 100 staff under you. Okay, that's the position you have. You have to decide something very important, which will involve the staff of your company. Okay, and that decision has to be made by tomorrow evening. You are aware that 50% staff are against you. They will oppose your decisions. 25% are your supporters. They will stand by your decision. 25% you are not sure how they will respond. You have to make only one choices from the 6 choices that I am giving you, which probably will tell something about you. That I will reflect with you a little later. Okay, so I will give you 1 minute to go through the choices and choose any one choice. Some of you can also say those choices and you can give your reasons, or you can also type in the text column. Okay, the 6 choices. I will have a meeting with the staff who are my supporters and decide. Second, I will call all the staff for a meeting and tell them what I have decided. Third, I will call all the staff for a meeting and ask for their opinions. Fourth, I am the CEO. I will decide by myself as I don't have much time. 5. I will let all of them decide and tell me. 6. I will call those 50% who do not support me for a meeting, and tell them the benefits of following my plan. 6 are given. I will have a meeting with the staff who are my supporters and decide, or I will call all the staff for a meeting and tell them what I have decided. I will call all the staff for a meeting and ask for their opinions. I am the CEO. I will decide by myself as I don't have much time. I will let all of them decide and tell me. I will call those 50% who do not support me for a meeting and tell them the benefits of following my plan. Yes. Anyone can speak
Sir, I will
about
go
your
for
choice?
one.
Yes.
Yeah, sir, I will go for 6.
6-1. I will call those 50% who do not support me for a meeting and tell them the benefits of following my plan. What's your name, sir?
I am Kannan.
Kannan. Oh, again, you're Kannan. Good. Why do you make this choice? Any rationale behind this choice?
Third one.
Third one.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
I'm going to third one, sir.
Yes.
Okay, your name, please. Third one.
Minus Suresh.
Suresh. Mr. Suresh has chosen third one. I will call all the staff for a meeting and ask for their opinions. Okay, very good. Anybody else?
Yeah, third one, sir. Aparna.
Third one. Okay, Aparna and I will call all the staff for a meeting and ask for their opinions. Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Little more louder, please.
Third one, sir. Third one.
Third one. Okay.
Third one. Padmanabhan, third one. Okay.
Okay. Third one. Padmanabhan, third one. Yes.
Sir, sixth one, sir. I'm Cynthia.
Sixth one. Cynthia, right?
Yes, sir.
Cynthia has chosen the sixth one. I will call those 50% who do not support me and tell them the benefits of following my plan. Okay.
There is one. There is one. Sorry, one says Sudat Sarathi, number 5.
Okay. Chosen 5. Sudan Sarathi, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I will let all of them decide and tell me that person has chosen that. Okay?
Not Sudar Sarathi. Sudar Satya. Sorry.
Sudar Satya
Satya
has chosen that. Okay. Fine.
Sir, Dilip Kumar 4. Choice 4.
Choice. Dilip Kumar chose 4. I am the CEO. I will decide by myself as I don't have much time. Okay. Good. Any last 2 interventions, please? Anyone has typed in the message column, text column?
Number 6. Somebody taken number 6.
Somebody has chosen. Okay.
Damuraj. Damuraj has taken number 6.
Okay. Fine. Good. Now, the decisions that you have made, the choices that you have made reflect your personality. We spoke about that, right? When we spoke about the information processing approach, we said our personality also affects how we make our decisions. It affects the decision-making style. Now, what we have seen is a decision-making style and the type of decision that we make, okay? Whether to involve others or not to involve others, or how much to involve others, okay? And how you perceive the problem itself, and how much you want to control the decision making by yourself, or how much you use others in order to get information. So a number of ways in which your personality, okay, your personality will influence the decision making. So we are going to see in the next slide, for each of this choice, there is a personality style that will be displayed. Okay.
Sister Alma. Sister Alma?
Yes. Yeah. Stop presenting, Xavier Gita. Hello, participants. Stop presenting. Xavier Gita.
Okay. Is the slide visible now?
No, not yet.
I think the participants is, presenting. I think kindly mute and stop presenting. Let Father present.
Xavier Gita, please, could you stop?
Yes, Father.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
yes,
you.
Father.
Thank
Now
you.
you see? Okay. So now we have the personality types, and accordingly you have chosen your decision making. So suppose if you say, I will have a meeting with the staff who are my supporters and decide, you are probably an authoritarian style, which means your personality of having authority and deciding influences, and therefore you have taken this decision. No, nothing is wrong, or nothing is beneficial. Each are different styles which have their own positives as well as negatives. We're not going to discuss all that. Just we are going to see how our personality affects our decision making. The second one is I will call all the staff for a meeting and tell them what I have decided. Again, is a authoritarian style. I will tell them, okay, what I have decided. You have decided, and you will tell them, and they have to follow. Or I will call those who support me and I will tell them. This is an authority. You force the authority on the persons. That is because of your personality. You are such kind of a personality. Okay. Now, there is nothing wrong about it. In a corporate office, it happens. Okay. Probably in an educational institution, this is different. In a corporate office, it is possible that such a kind of a decision making happens. Okay. The third one is, most of them have chosen this. I will call all the staff for a meeting and ask for their opinions. Is a participative and collaborative style. You are a person who loves to listen to others, who wants others' opinions and so on. So you are, good enough to listen to others, involve others in a collective decision making, which is perhaps one of the democratic way of making decision. Okay, involving others, seeing their benefits, seeing their, not so advantageous position when you make the decision. And the fourth one, I am the CEO, I will decide by myself as I don't have much time, is autocratic style. Now this style is, is more than authoritarian. I decide, you follow. I decide, you follow. It's okay in a CEO style in a company, but it does not work anywhere else. In educational institutions or even other places and all, it does not work much. Okay. Usually people don't obey willingly when you have an autocratic style of a decision making. They will obey, but grudgingly they will obey, or if they get a chance, they will rebel against you. Okay? There will be lack of cooperation also. I will let all of them decide and tell me. One person had chosen this. This is called as laissez-faire style. It's a French word which means, I don't own the responsibility. I give the responsibility to others, shirking the responsibility. Which means decision making is a little tough for me. Your personality finds decision making as tough. What will happen if I take this decision? If it affects them, should I have to take the blame? And therefore I don't take the decision, or I prolong, or I postpone the decision. I give the decision to others. So even if something happens, I can blame others. They will not blame me. That's a kind of laissez-faire style which comes because of your personality. Again, the last one is, I will call those 50% who do not support me and tell them the benefits of following my plan. Is a diplomatic style. You see there is some problem and you know how to tackle this problem. I will speak to them, I will bring them on my way so that they will also support. It's a diplomatic style. These people face challenges willingly. They will use their mind in order to enter through an issue, in order to make the right decision. So we have a number of personality styles over here: authoritarian, participative, collaborative, autocratic, laissez-faire, and diplomatic style. How we have seen that how our own personality affects our decision making. So it is important that we know our personality styles also. Now, personality style and the psychology of personality is a wide subject, vast subject. We cannot cover all that, but it is good for us to understand that our personality does influence our decision making. Over to Jairaj.
Okay, we come to the fourth activity, maybe the final one. Father Paul, can you get the slides, please?
Yes, it's already visible, Father.
Yeah, it's visible. Do I have to pin it then?
Yeah. Yes, Father. Yes, Father.
Okay.
It's not visible to the audience. Yeah, participants. It's not visible to the
Is it okay now?
participants.
Is it now seen?
Not it.
I can see it, Father Paul.
Or would you like to put the slides on? I will come out. Is it okay?
Alma ma'am?
Yeah, okay. Okay, I will present it myself. I will present them this time. Okay.
Sure.
Alma, I'll present it, Alma. Leave it to me.
Yes, Father. Yes, Father. Yes, Father.
But that page is gone for me, the presentation. Can you somebody's trying to call me. Remove the, don't call me. Where is it gone? I'm only seeing you, Alma. Excuse me.
No, Father, you are presenting, right?
I know, but the whole thing is now only I can see you. I'm not able to see myself.
You have not presented yet.
Yeah, but it has gone into whole page. Not mine. Mine is gone out now.
Then ma'am can present it.
Please, ma'am, you can you come out of that one? Can you unpin yours, please?
Alma ma'am?
Yeah.
Alma, please unpin yours, please.
Xavier Geeta is presenting. Hello, excuse me. Participants kindly do not present because it's disturbing the resource person fathers to present. It is an inhibition. So kindly participants don't present.
Somebody has pinned them, so I'm not able to see mine.
Father, 1 minute. I am trying from here.
Okay. No problem. You could try to end your call for that particular one, then come back again, please.
The link was automatically somebody is removed from you like that. It comes 2 times, sir. I couldn't follow continuously.
Really? From me, is it?
Somebody has removed, like this. Then after 5 minutes, I'm trying here and there. Then I'm.
Yeah. See, even now I'm not there.
Can we just right to
Shall I go out and come again?
Yes, Father. Yes, Father. I also have a technical problem here. I am not able to present.
But I can see father. Father is visible. Only his PPT.
Yes, he was visible.
Yeah.
Let's see if let him re-enter again. Otherwise, I will present the slide for you.
Yeah, when it is heated up, it takes time.
சொல்லுமா ஒரு நிமிஷம் எனக்கு 2 ஸ்டக்கப் ஆயிடுச்சு 2 சிஸ்டமும் ஸ்டக்கப் ஆயிடுச்சு எஸ் I too have some problem with the system here. Just a minute, Father. We will do it for you.
Yes, now you're back again. Your audio is not on. For the Jairaj, your audio.
Yeah. Is it okay now?
Now
Can
it's
you hear
okay.
Me?
Yes.
All right. So I'm back. Okay. Can you? So I will present myself now. Again, I'm not there.
Just a minute. We are trying. We are trying from.
All right, okay.
Meanwhile, the other participants kindly do not, present. Keep yourself muted.
Anything is happening, Alma?
We are just trying it out for you.
Okay. Let's do one thing. Paul.
Yes, Father.
You present it, Paul.
Yeah, okay. I will do that.
I will try to do it from here.
Okay. Yes. Is it visible for everyone?
Yes, Father.
It's
yes.
coming.
Can you hear my voice?
We can hear, and the presentation also we can see you, Father. Activity-based learning is fun. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, very good. Okay, okay. Now we have this. This is a very interesting one. I've played this quite a few times with the young people and with the teachers
Father,
and professors. Yeah.
To both, your mobile and your laptop is on, so there is an echo.
Echo is
Yeah,
that?
there is. Yeah, there is echo.
I think ma'am also is doing it, ma'am.
No,
Alma,
no,
ma'am.
I'm not.
Okay.
No,
okay.
no, I'm not doing it.
Thank you, ma'am. Somebody
Hello?
has put it on. Participants, kindly mute yourself. The slides have come up. Father will carry on. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Can you? Now there is no echo.
Now it's clear. Yes.
No, there is. All right. There is a disturbance anyway. Hello?
Yes, Father.
Yes.
You can continue.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Now I'll continue. You see the 10 glasses are there. There are 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's a very interesting one. What you have to do is just change the direction of the glasses. You see 4, now you see the 4 glasses this side, 3 and facing the right hand side. Okay. Can you now shifting only 3 glasses, shifting only 3 glasses, change the direction. So the one who should be on the left hand side, starting from the left hand side, not on the right hand side. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what you're going to do is to shift only 3 glasses and change the direction to the opposite side. Anybody who's got idea, you can
yes.
either chat
Hello?
or let me know. Yes.
Hello.
Please tell your name.
Yeah, this is Irudhi again.
Again, Iridaya. Sister Iridaya, can you wait sometime? I will give chance for somebody else.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry. Let's find others. Okay.
Yes, Father.
Thank you, sister. Somebody else who can try new.
Father?
Yes, who is that?
I'm Father John from Salam Madina College of Education.
Okay, okay, carry on.
Yes, Father. The 3 things that is on the bottom of Father, you can take that and you can keep pin it to show that we are doing.
Which 3 things?
That the first 3.
Okay, this 3
and you can paste it at the behind backside so that
okay. Father Paul, can you try shifting? Father Paul?
It is
Just
it is
click.
in display mode. Let me see. These three, huh?
Yeah, these.
Thing is shifting.
Take one by. You ungroup it first. Right click on the one of them. Right click, and ungroup. Group, and ungroup.
Okay.
Ungroup. Yeah.
Ungroup.
Now you click. He says
This
the three.
one?
Yeah, those three.
Yes.
Here, huh?
Put it under. Put it under.
Okay. Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. And that will also here.
No,
this one also under.
We want the same number 4, 3, 2, and 1. You cannot have 5.
Bring it down. This one also.
Which one?
John Lewis.
Bring it down.
Where? Here, huh?
Keep it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then last one, you can just adjust the line, and you can show that you are going down.
Adjust the line and show that you're going down, huh?
Like
this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Father John Lewis, I said the same formation should be there on the opposite side.
Oh, same like that. Okay.
Father, just go back. Control Z. Control
Father?
Z even. Yeah, who is the one?
It's me, Jayanti, Father.
Yeah, Jayanti.
Shall I try it, Father?
Please, you can try. Tell me.
Please remove 2 glasses from the first row, Father.
First
This
row,
row,
the
huh?
4 ones.
This row?
Yeah.
Which
Yes,
are the
Father.
glasses?
First,
Which-
from top
which-
and bottom.
Very good. Top and bottom.
Okay.
And place it where?
Place one.
Place- No,
beneath
just
this,
drag
glasses.
it, Paul. Just drag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There.
Yeah.
Here, Paul.
Between
Here.
the two.
Paul, here.
Between the
Where the two ones
Yes,
are there.
yes, exactly.
There. Okay.
Exactly.
And
Now
then the other
take one more and keep it in the fourth column, fourth row, Father. Towards your right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
There are 3
take
now.
the remaining glass and place it on the other side.
This one.
Okay, this one.
Yes.
First one. Yeah.
Yes, Father.
No,
No,
here,
no.
Paul. Paul, here.
No.
Where the 3 are there.
Here.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay.
Very good. Congratulations, Jayanti.
Thank you, Father.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. Anybody else got any other idea? Paul, can you just control Z? It will go back to the original thing. Don't shift. Control, yeah. Good, Jayanti, you've got one method. Okay. Keep control Z. Keep on. I tell you. Paul. Yeah,
okay.
one more. Yes, perfect. Now, anybody else got any other idea?
Father, you have some answers from the chat box.
Okay. We take end 2 glasses in the 4 glass. Yes. Put in 2 glasses at the end and take glass in 1. Wonderful. Jiva Shanmugam has given idea. Paul, can you just take the first row, the four glasses?
Okay.
Take the end 2.
Okay.
And put them where the two ones are there. Add to the 2. Yeah. Yes. And the top one. Yeah. Shift it there. It's not moving, is it?
Okay.
Yeah. And this one single one down below. Just the opposite end. Yeah.
Here, huh?
Opposite. Here. Okay. Look at that. You saw here exactly with just 3 glasses. Also, Jayanti did 3 glasses only. Also, Jiva also has done with 3 glasses. This is perfect. Okay, I'm sure many of you others have. Sister Arokia, was also yours similar? Sister Irdaya, sorry. Sister Irdaya.
What I was thinking.
Your, very good, very well. Okay, congratulations to all of you who got it right. Okay, we'll go to the next slide for the Paul.
Yes.
All those who got it right or wrong, not a problem. It's not an issue. Look at here. Look at the 4 positives. Change your perspective. Look from a different angle and you have a solution. Go back to the previous slide, please. Without doing any change, okay? No, not touching the 3 glass at all. Look from different angles. You will find there 4, 3, 2, and 1. Has anybody noticed it? Don't look at from where I told you, left and right. Look down, from down to top, at an horizontal angle. Do you see 4, 3, 2, and 1? Anybody?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
You're not done any, you're not done anything at all. You're not shifted
Yes,
any
Father.
3 glasses, nothing. You're only, what have you done? You have changed your perspective.
Perspective. Yes.
You're looking at from a different angle, and already you have 4, 3, 2, and 1 as I wanted. The solution is there, but you have done nothing other than looking at a different way. Please go back to the next one. Next slide, please. So change your perspective, look from a different angle, and you have the solution. This is the higher cognition. Now, next one is take the whole picture, not one by one, and you can find a solution easily. Father Paul, go to the next previous one.
Yes.
Group all of them. You press control and no.
1 minute.
Go to the next. No. You don't have to end the show.
No.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, carry on. Control and press all of them one by one. One by one, you press each of them. No, don't do anything else. Just press each one by one. Control. One by one, you go.
Group,
You don't
no?
have to go to anything. No.
Group.
Come out. Now press each of them like this, same way. Control. See, individually you press. Yeah, carry on. Next one. No. You don't go to the
Control
paste
and
option.
press.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, press one by one. Yeah, yes. Select all of them.
Okay.
Select all. Yes. Yeah, and the last one. Now, right click on one. Now, no, right click on one.
Click.
Right click again. Right click.
Right click.
Yeah. Now you go to group. Group and group it. First one.
Okay.
Now you just turn the whole thing, please. You catch just turn the whole thing to the other side. Okay. What has happened now? Can you see? Without changing 3 glasses, you have got the solution what I wanted. You have changed the direction. Have you all seen it? Can anybody say yes or no? Have you noticed it?
Yes.
Father.
So what did you do? You
Yes,
did
sir.
not do.
But
Yeah, tell me.
sir, but the direction of the class is facing towards east. Sorry, west. In this
Yeah, left. That's
picture,
what I wanted. That is
in
what I
the
wanted.
last
You see.
picture, you have shown that. Yeah, you have shown that all the glasses are facing towards the west. Sorry, east.
Yeah.
Here in this
Okay.
picture, all are facing towards west.
Let us take like this,
Angle
right and
different.
left. Okay. Let us take right and left, not east and west, because the directions are changing from everywhere. Okay. So first it was the right side, the one right direction and left direction. Okay. This is the change. That when you look, please go back to the next. Go forward, please, Paul. See the second one. If you take the whole picture, not one by one, and you can find a solution. You turned. I wanted you to change the direction of the glasses, and you got it done. Okay, and then traditional method is what Sister Yurudaya, what Jayanti, they all showed us. By shifting 3, you got the solution done. That's a follow the rules. Don't worry about the time, energy. Do as you are told. And the last one is bypass the whole problem. Just ignore it and say, no, I am not doing it. This is too much. I'm going away. First one is change your perspective, look differently, and you got a solution. Second one, look at a problem holistically and find the same solution. Traditional method, you do as you are told, you find the same solution. Finally, you don't find any solution at all. You leave it. Okay? That's the end of this activity. Have you got the point what I'm trying to tell you? That you can find a solution by using your cognition, by using different skills, cognitive skills, and yet find the same solution. Right? Okay, good. Thank you. Father, it's already the 13:1. Okay, we will not go to the next activity. We'll just conclude now. Father Paul, you can say a few words, please.
Okay. So to summarize the whole thing, we have seen why decision making is important in life and what are the processes that are involved in decision making, how we make small and big decisions in our life. And we have seen a number of things. Some of them are techniques, some of them are fundamentals, especially information processing approach and so on. So we saw that a number of things come into play as we make the decision. And some of them are outstanding: the choice, cognitive capacity, logical thinking, your own emotion, your personality, and the interpersonal influence and the interactions. Father, from your point, would you like to
Yes,
summarize?
I like to just conclude it saying that the cognitive skills are the most important skills of human beings, that which differentiates us from animals or other organisms. And the way you use them is so important. And that's what we have been learning in the past 3 days, and today's the fourth day. Tomorrow they'll be telling you how to solve problems. So thank you very much. Thank you for your patience and thank you for your participation. I hope it has been a useful session for all of you. Thanks to Dr. Alma, who has been always in touch with us, contacting us, being patiently teaching us how to do things, to get in touch with technology. And sisters, the secretary, the principal, and all of you sisters, and all the participants, all of you. Thank you and have a wonderful time.
Thank you, Father. Please kindly Father,
Thank
be
you.
there. Thank you, Fathers, for your effective and meaningful interactive session on decision making, which kept us all glued to your theory and activities. It was indeed a relishing experience to listen to you both. Thank you, Father. Alma ma'am, is there a question or should we go for a vote of thanks?
We'll give 1 minute.
I have.
Yeah, some
Yes,
have
please, one or two
questions. 1 or 2 questions.
I have it. Yeah. Regarding the decision making and our personality style, we
Yes.
would decision making style according to the situations demanded. We don't
Ma'am,
use
excuse
only
me.
one side, sir.
It's not clear,
Yeah.
ma. Yeah. Now
Your
you
voice
say.
is breaking. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
So
please share.
regarding the
May I know who's
personality
sharing? Who's
and the
asking this
decision
question?
making, sir.
I'm sorry, what's your name? Aparna. Yes, Aparna, please.
No, Aparna, if you don't mind, I got your question. I will tell Father Paul. Yeah, I'll be more clear. Yeah, she's asking, Aparna is asking, if your personality, is it according to situations, does it change or not? The personality or in your decision making. Is that it, Aparna? Just say yes or no. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
what we are meaning is personality influences your decision making. Okay. Personality influences your decision making, but not just the personality alone, but also the other factors. Sometimes some other factors can override your personality and stand. For example, your cognitive capacity or logical thinking can easily override your personality in a particular situation. For example, you may be a dominant personality and you may want to decide something, but suddenly you see that two other persons will surely overpower you because they have much more influence than you. So at that point you downplay your personality and you use your cognitive logical thinking in order to be submissive, in order to have a collaborative style. There you have not really put your personality outward, rather you have thought of the situation, have made a logical decision making there. So it is not that always personality comes into play or emotion comes into play. All the factors come into play. But what is most important, as Father has said, most important thing is cognitive capacity and the logical thinking. So if you're able to make that as a prime thing and rest of the things as somewhat supportive of the other thing, I'm not saying the rest of the things are not valuable. Emotional decision making are sometimes very valuable. We don't care about the outcome of the decision, but the decision itself is important. For example, somebody is sick in our family. Okay, we don't care about the money, how much money we want to spend. We will just spend it because emotions come into play. So at some point of time, your personality or emotion will come out to decision. I gave you an example which you're not the CEO, you're only a situation. And before you took the situation, you just used your personality style. But if you're the CEO, You may not use
Yeah.
the personality style also. You will use according to the situation, environment, you will take another decision. Possible.
Paul, there is one
The style
Krishnaveni.
decision making or
We'll go on to the next one. Paul, there is one called Krishnaveni Sridhar who's asking, according to the
Yes.
situation as CEO, should it be a democratic and authoritative style? She's there. Krishnaveni, we can see you. Yes, you can ask if you.
Yes. Democratic or authoritative style depends on what type of outcome you want to get. Okay. So you see, a big CEOs usually they go for authoritative style because they have power and they can dismiss anybody they want and so on, and therefore there will be obedience. We always support a more democratic and participative style in a different institutions. For example, a college, an educational institution, for example, there more of understanding and collaboration and participation is needed. It depends on the context also and the outcome that you want to get out of it, right? As a CEO, you can follow a dictator style of thing or authoritative style of thing. Still fine, all will obey. It all depends on what type of outcome. So what we want to learn is that our personality influences our decision making.
Sir, one more reason for that is, sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, very much.
you are.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the reason being there was not much time to decide. That was one of the situation
Okay,
that
yes.
was there.
Time factor.
So in
Correct.
that situation, thank you very much, sir.
Yes. So time factor also was narrowed. You have to decide by tomorrow, and therefore you have to push your decision. That's fine.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Sister Irudaya.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's time. It's getting.
Yes, Father. Thank you, Fathers, once again for your effective and meaningful interactive session on decision making, which kept us all glued to your theory and activities. It was indeed a relishing experience to listen to you both. Thank you so much, Fathers. Every good deed culminates to a successful story, and a successful story needs to be acknowledged. May I now invite Mrs. Cecilia, the language trainer, Shalom Academy, to deliver the vote of thanks. Hello, over to Ma'am Cecilia.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good evening to one and all present here. On behalf of Shalom Academy, I deem it a great pleasure and honor to propose the vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank both our facilitators for today, Father Joseph Jairaj, psychologist and therapist, founder director of Niraivagam, Salesian Pontifical University, Rome, Italy, and Father Paul Raj, psychologist, director, Niraivagam. Today's session on decision making was highly informative. The activities have provided a number of ideas for our participants. Father, the knowledge that we gain today will assuredly bring about positive results in our lives and in our students. We extend our deepest gratitude to the Secretary, Reverend Sister Paul and Mary, and the Principal, Dr. Mrs. Joseph Catherine, Stella Martituna College of Education, for their exuberant support. A special word of thanks to the IQAC coordinator, Dr. Mrs. Alma Juliet Pamela, for your unflinching support. I also thank the executive committee and the organizing committee for your tireless efforts. Last but not the least, a heartfelt thanks to all the participants, for without you, our session would not have been a success. Thank you for making our efforts fruitful. Never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your noble gesture of acknowledgement. May I now invite Reverend Father John Lewis, PhD research scholar, Stella Martituna College of Education, to say the concluding prayer.
Dear loving Father, as you have been here for all through this 1 hour or so, thank you, Lord, for being with us, so that you are there to enrich us and encourage us and continuously learn about cognitive presentation and also the methods and models of presentation. May Almighty God bless us all, the presenter, the resource person, and the organizers. May God also be with us in strengthening our education, our ways of learning. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
So, thank you, Father. Thank you, Father.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Father,
Dr.
thank you so. Thank you,
Thank you,
Father.
Sister Irde Mary. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sister Irde
Thank
Mary.
you.
Thank you,
Dr.
Father.
Thank you,
Dr.
Father.
Thelma.
Thank you,
Dr.
Thelma.
Thelma Uday Kumar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Cecilia, for her thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
Father.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
It is our pleasure to be with you all here, to take part in this. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
Father. Yes, Father. Thank you very much,
From,
Father.
so wishes from Rome, from the eternal city.
You know,
Thank you, Father. Also, Father.
blessings also from there for us.
Us all in your
All of
prayer.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Bye.
Father.
Bye. Bye. Bye, all of you. Bye.
Bye, all of you.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am. Namaste.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, Thelma, ma'am is there.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thelma,
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rubina, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thelma,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Very
Alma,
Thank
ma'am.
you,
Thank you.
Anapriya,
Yeah.
Ruben,
Alma,
Alma, ma'am. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Annapriya, Rubina, Kavita. Yes.
All of you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Jaba, ma'am. Thank you, Father, too. Father, is always pray.
Father John Lewis, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you,
Everybody,
Father.
thank you. I'm
Thank you,
reading.
sister.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Rubina, ma'am, thank you for the nice song. Alma, ma'am, thank you for the nice song and everything. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sister.
Thank
thank you so much.
you. Yeah. Tomorrow, my report is
Yeah,
ready.
yeah. Tomorrow's, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We'll meet later.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Annie Kavita and Anapriya at the back. Very silent, huh? Yeah. Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you, ma'am. It was very
I'm
nice.
just leaving, okay? I'm just
Okay,
leaving.
ma'am.
There are 30 minutes. Okay. Bye, all of you. Ma, சொல்லு. ஆனா நம்ம ஸ்டாப் ஸ்ட்ரீமிங் கொடுக்கல, லைவ் ரெக்கார்டு எல்லாம் கொடுக்கல இன்னும். அது கொடுத்துக்கலாமா? அது ரெண்டும் கொடுத்துரு.